Multiplying with exponents. Simplify to a single power of 3. So 3 to the power of 3 times 3 to the power of 4. Let's go over some vocab first. Okay, so the number here, the big 3 and the big 3, these right here, this is called your base. So this will be base 3, base 3. Now the number above it, use red for this. The number right here and the number right here, these are called your exponents or power. So just a little bit of vocab. Big number is your base. The little number that's top right-hand corner is your exponent or power. So if I switch over to green, I'm going to introduce these in an expanded form. So 3 to the power of 3 really means 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, and then 3 to the power of 4, and I'll just put the multiply symbol in there. They just use that. Sometimes they'll use a dot as well. 3 to the power of 4 is really 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then if you want to go ahead and work it out, if you simply count all the 3's, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to simplify as 3 to the power of 7, which is our solution right here if we clicked it in. And just to clarify, so let's use some color coding. So 3 to the power of 3 was this first group, and 3 to the power of 4 was my second group. And I like introducing it like this, but as far as appropriate work, let's go ahead and look at Google Classroom. The first thing we want to do is we want to write down the original program, or original problem, sorry about that. So I'm going to switch over to blue, and I'm just going to rewrite this problem here. So this is what I would expect on your worksheet. I'm going to write 3 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of 4. And that's the first step. Now the second step, it says show the operation between the exponents. So this is the part I'm trying to highlight right here. Well, here's the deal. What would I do with the number 3 and the number 4 to turn it into a 7? And if you can tell me that we're adding, you're going to do fine. So our next step is we're going to write the base 3, that's common. Again, the big number is 3. And then we're simply going to show the addition of the powers or exponents. So I'm going to put 3 plus 4. And this is explicitly what I'm asking for to show the operation between the exponents. And then obviously 3 to the power of 3 plus the power of 4 would simplify as 3 to the power of 7, which notice is the same thing here. And then we'll just box that. Boxing it just draws, that indicates that's our final solution. And that's it. Let's try one more. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to point out is sometimes you get bases that don't have a power exponent, and my suggestion would be just give it the 1. All right, so 6 to the power of 1 is simply 1 6, and then I'm going to put the multiply. Notice they use the dot instead of the x, and then 6 to the power of 6 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if we were to go ahead and add these all up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this would be 6 to the power of 7, which would be our answer here. Again, I want to grab the highlighter and make sure you see where I'm getting this. 6 to the power of 1 is just 1 6. Then 6 to the power of 6 is 6 sixes. And if you add them all together, you get 6 to the power of 7. But like we suggested down here, to show our work on our sheet of paper, we write down the original problem. And so I'm going to go write 6 to the power, I'm going to add the exponent of 1, multiplied by 6 to the power of 6. And then to show the operation between the exponents, when we're multiplying and we have the same base, notice base 6 and base 6, is that we're actually going to add the exponents. So that's going to be 6 to the power of 1 plus a power of 6. And that's really what I'm looking for as far as appropriate work. Then 6 would be changed to 6 to the power of 7, because power 1 plus power 6 is power 7. And we'll box that, and that's our final answer. And those are our examples for multiplying.